Hey guys, Epic here with a tutorial on the A twist. It's a very fun tricking move, and it's also a really good free running move too. So I'm going to show you how to do it on ground a couple times, and then I'm going to work on showing you guys how to do it off of obstacles. But it's basically the same way. Do know that if you are learning this, it's going to be challenging more to you on the ground than it is on the off a ledge, off an obstacle, off a block, whatever. So I recommend getting off the block first, and then working on going off of smaller ledges and stuff like that before you go onto the ground. Unless you're a tricker, then just go balls to the walls and then just hit it on the ground. A couple of things, it is very similar to the B twist. So if you can do a B twist, if you have an understanding of the B twist, this is going to be very easy. If you can do like front flip with a half twist, then it's going to be pretty similar to that. It's all the sole motion of just punching the armpit. It's all very similar. One thing though, when you're doing this though, make sure you're not punching off of your feet. You want to really get used to bringing that foot up before you take off that bottom one. If you haven't heard about my lift and push concept video, look into that. I'm putting the annotation on the video right now. Watch that video because it's going to help you really understand how to get that lift of the back leg and push of that front leg to really get this down nice and smooth. Also, when you guys are doing this, if you haven't noticed, when you're taking off into your aerial, it's very important to make sure where your arm goes, your body is going to kind of follow that turn. So notice, if I'm here, if I'm standing still and I go like this, my body's going to turn sideways. But if I go like this, my body's going to go over. So when you're taking off, make sure you're paying attention to how you go with your arm, and when you punch that armpit, you want to do it like a big, wide haymaker. So when you're taking off, don't go like this, or it'll cause you to go horizontal. Bring your arm more straight over and down. That way your body will go more vertical. That's what separates the A twist from the B twist, because it has that vertical aerial setup. So the takeoff is very similar to the aerial, which is why I have that lift and push concept in there. When you approach it, you can either do where you're gonna go up like this and go 1, 2, or you can just drop your center and step out and go into it. What matters is that you're getting up with that back leg and pushing up off of that bottom leg. Now, you want to pick whichever side you're going for. If you're going to be spinning to your left, then you want to make sure you have your left foot in front. Whatever foot's in front, that's going to be your angle. That's going to tell you what side you're twisting at. So, you're starting off, plant, left foot in front, lift that back leg. As you're jumping off this, you're wrapping. Don't wrap as you're punching and lifting this leg up. You want to lift it up first and then wrap as you push off that bottom leg. That's how you're going to get the highest set you can get out of this, and then you're twisting as you're taking off. If you're twisting too early, you're going to steal some of that height off that jump, so make sure you get plenty of height before you wrap. After that, the wrapping just kind of happens naturally. You punch the armpit here, bring that elbow back, and you kind of bring your legs together, up and over, tilt your head a little bit, look for the ground, and you come out, boom. When you master this, it's going to be very fun, because then you can learn to land on one foot, bring that leg up, and swing through into corks, cheat gainers, bigger combos, etc. When you're landing this, you can land both feet if you want to. Some trickers will land like cross-legged, and it still counts in the tricking community, so just have fun with it. That's what matters, just having fun. When you're going for it, make sure you're always spotting for that ground as you're coming around. So you're twisting, da-da-da-da, coming out, look for that ground so you know how high you are, so you know where you are in the air, how close you are to the ground, so you know how to control that landing. Other than that, here's a few slow-mos, and then we're going to go to doing it off of a block. Like I said before, it's going to be very different than off the ground. You're going to have a lot more time, so you're most likely going to be landing both feet together as opposed to coming out with that kick like you do on the ground. When you're doing this, it's cool because you have that little bit of pop out of it. So you don't just want to go face to the ground, otherwise you're going to crash like that. That's just not fun. So when you're doing this, make sure you still apply that lift and push and get used to that dipping, lift that back leg, and push off that bottom leg, and then wrap at the right time. If you can do this just right, you kind of feel that pop, that little pop, a little bit of hang time just before you twist. And when you get that just right, when you twist, it'll feel like a snap twist. It'll be like, and it'll just happen. And like I say in my twisting tutorials, don't just go like this. Don't think that this little is going to bring you all around. You have to commit And again, just like on the ground, you want to look for that ground, look for that landing, otherwise you're just tossing your body around. If you know me and you know how I teach, you never throw your body and expect to land on your feet. You have to control your body. So, you're here, lift that back leg, pop off that front one. After you pop off that one, punch the armpit, wrap tight, follow through, and pop up, look for the ground, and control that landing. Other than that, that's pretty much the gist of the A-twist tutorial. Anything else you guys can learn by experimenting on your own. Pay attention to how it feels when you do it. Pay attention to how you're correcting it. If you're going off the side, if you're not landing on your feet, if you're not landing correctly, if you're not landing straight up, pay attention to how you're taking off. Pay attention to how you're rotating. Pay attention to how you're looking for the ground and how you're landing. If you're landing off at an angle, maybe you want to go straighter. If you're landing, not so clean with the kick, try and sit higher. Pay attention to what you're doing differently. Add something to it. Take something away. Change it up until it feels just right. Maybe you're not going to get it in the first couple attempts, but over time, you will still be working the muscles. So when you go at the next week or the next 2 weeks, whenever you go back to training again, it'll be just a little bit easier because your muscles will have adapted to learning how that movement is. Here's a few more slow-mos, and let's finish up the tutorial. I'm Epic. Thanks for watching. This is the A-twist tutorial for on the ground for tricking and off of obstacles for free running. Take great care and stay positive.